then you should be live.
Right now?
Doesn't look like it on YouTube.
Yeah, give it a second or two. There you go.
Indeed, it does look like we are live. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the, they're telling me this is not a porn star. We are doing twin ring Motegi. Giggity. Everybody is driving a box Chevy 5, and we'll be suplexing 1,000 Gila monsters per minute. I am very attractive, and with me, as always, is the man who once parachuted into a blender, Magamegas.
Why would I do such a thing?
I do not know. You'd never explained it, and now your ankles are scarred.
I feel like everything I do has a point and a logic behind it.
Was it possibly to acquire more scars on your ankle?
No, I'm good there. I got plenty of those. I got a lot of those. I honestly, I could do with less scars than I have. Like, that would be ideal. It's also, I mean, come on, it's not cool. Like, it's cooler if you have like a scar that you can show off. Like the ankle, come on, you can't show that off.
You cannot. You'll be thrown in jail for promiscuity.
Yeah, that's
can't show the ankles.
It's far too scandalous. All right, that introduction out of the way. I'm Mike. He's Byron, and we are here to do the commentary of the Mid-Engine Duel. This is an RWB Tugas Racing ESR series, and we're live on the RWB channel. We'll be later on the ESR channel. Not doing the dual streams anymore because of technical issues. And yeah, this is round 3 of the championship. We've been to Interlagos, we've been to Imola, so very high on the eyes. Now we're at Twin Ring Motegi. We've got plenty of time left in the practice here. I expect we'll see some more cars. Right now there are 13 cars in the server. I suspect there will be more. I'll give you a quick championship rundown while we wait, though. Coming into this round, it is Alfonso Alchandre, who is actually quite a ways ahead. He's got 112 points to his name. For comparison purposes, it's 60 points for a win. So he is, of a possible 120 points, he has scored 112. Very impressive. Second place and first place. Second place is Martin Edmonds on 80 points. He is joined by Tobias Thierolf there. He was the winner back at Interlagos, but had a rough time at Imola, finishing just 9th place. So he's tied with Martin. Then you got 68 points for Josiah Jerome, followed by Fumihiro Kobayashi on 52 points. 48 points for Magic Kazchuk, and 48 points for Mad Al. So there you go. And rounding off the top 10, you got Dirk Greshel, James Butler, Rene Ermer, Kazchuk, and Mad Al. Pardon me, were tied for 6th. I thought they were in 5th. They're tied for 6th. Yeah. Greshel, Butler, Ermer. Some big names to look out for who are not yet doing great things in this series, mostly because they missed a race or so. Antonio Costa, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at RWB Rigel. I'm looking at Max Haas. These are names to remember for the championship fight, even though they are not positioned in there right now. And there are 2 cars available for their use. The Audi R8, which you're seeing in the hands of Tobias Thierolf right here. The other one, let me see if I can get a quick look at somebody who's doing something cool, is the Ferrari 488 GT3 car of Andrew D here. So there you go. And Twin Ring Motegi, the third largest circuit in Japan, behind Fuji and Suzuka, of course, which have been largely the homes of Formula One, as far as Japan is concerned, as well as their biggest enduro races. And that's about all I have to say. So if anybody has any comments about the sound quality in the stream, now would be possibly a time to bring it up, because our producer is Mad Al, and he is racing. So if we need to fix anything, now is the time.
I believe we just need to be incredibly loud and distorted. That's the best way. That's what the kids like with their music. Possibly.
I'm just listening to the stream here for a moment.
A likely story.
All right. Sounds good. I heard you talk. I heard me talk. There's like we're maybe a little bit loud compared to the cars, but I think it's fine.
Well, to fix that, we'll just have to make car sounds. And then it'll just... and then it'll just enhance the car sound experience. RWB Cost says in chat that we sound fine. So
okay.
I take that to mean that we sound attractive.
I take that to mean we sound absolutely distinguished, sir.
I say rather, I have had my teeth replaced with monocles.
That doesn't sound like actually at all a good idea.
Possibly not.
We just see Serge Hendricks up in second place. That could be interesting. He's a guy we don't usually see that quite high up, but I mean, it is also practice. Could be people working with qualifying fuel. Could be people working with full race length fuel. So there's a lot of possible variables going around here right now. We had some technical problems earlier also with the servers, so this is perhaps explaining some of the weak showing right now. 15 cars on the server. Not on the circuit, no. On the server.
On the serviette?
I mean, if they're on the serviette, I think we have bigger problems, to be honest.
I say further distinguishment. Brother.
Looking to see if there's any new names, but no, everyone's pretty familiar to me. Regulars within these multi-community events so far. Either loyal to the RWB brand, the ESR brand, or the Tugas brand. Or I guess you could argue Ariel Zatonia is kind of like that, the weird double alliance with ESR and ESRA, which is Esports Racing Argentina, which I don't believe is actually co-promoting this event.
We've been feeding him false information so that he sends weird setups to ESRA.
You mean like Romy Bartz? I feel like he already has weird setups. Andrew D heading out on track. In the car guy yellow Ferrari. We'll stick with him for a little bit.
Gross. He's driving a mellow yellow.
I have not seen RWB Cost talking about the Monaco qualifying. I have not seen the qualifying for Monaco yet.
Only watches qualifying, never the race.
That'll be on my list to do after we're done here today. First, I'm going to go out for a walk because after we've done this race, I'm going to be so cramped up and miserable that I'll need to go out and do a little walking, and then I can come back and watch the Monaco qualifying.
Are you going to do like moonwalk and stuff?
Not moonwalk. I think moonwalk would actually be incredibly a bad idea with my current leg status.
What?
But I could be wrong. I mean, it might be theoretical.
It's the best leg rebuilding technology that there is available to humankind.
I see.
Just moonwalk everywhere.
I gotcha. Right.
So, Mike, we're talking about practice.
We talking about practice. We are talking about practice.
Not the game.
Not the game. Not the game that I die for. If you haven't seen the Ted Lasso episode where he basically does the entire practice rant, I highly recommend it.
I have seen no Ted Lasso episodes.
You should probably do that.
I do have season 1 available. I understand they're doing season 3 right now or something. So
season 3 is wrapping up, I think, shortly. Honestly, it might have actually aired its last episode.
I also got to track down some Hugh Mandalorian episodes.
I've only seen the first season. I haven't seen season 2 or season 3. So that's still on my my list. I'm currently going through the Burn Notice, and then I'm going to catch up on Yellowstone, and then probably Ted Lasso is in the 3 spot.
That is fair. I am finishing season 3 of The Wire, which leads ostensibly to season 5, then 4. No, wait, 4, then 5. And then I would like to rewatch Hannibal, I think.
I'm actually up to the point in Burn Notice where I haven't seen the episode, so that's been pretty fun. Because I'm in season 5, and when it was originally airing, I stopped watching it season 4 Because honestly, I think the channel that was airing it in my neck of the woods stopped airing it. And that kind of cut me off. Or moved it to like a time slot that I wasn't able to watch it. I don't know. There was some change up in the schedule. Maybe it was maybe they screwed up. Hey, Andrew going second fastest. About 0.5 of a second off of the inhuman pace of Tobias Thierolf. Just 1:18 around here. Wow. I expected it to be longer, to be honest.
Well, I mean, that's because you're very slow.
I mean, I could be, but I don't think so. Let's see. I'm going to follow D for this entire lap because I'm curious to know, is this the full twin ring layout that we're dealing with here, or
the double twin ring, quadruple ring Motegi?
I do like how the twin ring, of course, is a track that goes underneath itself. You see that bridge we just went under. That's the ring part of the racetrack going over top of it. There's an oval racetrack here, as well as the road course that they do intermingle.
And every third lap, you have to do a banked turn and go inverted.
That would be intriguing. Does look like it's the full course, so I'm a little bit amazed that the GT3 cars are going quite this quickly. Not to say that I thought like we were getting like a 2-minute lap or anything, but like the length of twin ring Motegi generally was like I was expecting like 125-ish per lap, but they are sub 80 seconds around this circuit. That's a little bit faster than I just expected it to be.
It's because we use wall hacks around here.
I doubt it. I'm just probably overestimating the length of the track. It's all. That's probably what it boils down to. Yeah, there are 2 points where the track goes underneath the oval between turn 5 and 6, as well as between turn 11 and 12. This track is also site of a famous incident, Byron. Would you like to know what it was?
I believe it was the pancake cookout of 72.
It was when that Australian dill hole, Landon Nichols, ran into me in the pit lane.
Oh, yeah.
On pit lane entry, smashed into the back of me, ruined both of our races. No reason for that. No reason whatsoever.
I mean, other than to create memories with friends.
I mean, he does that with that. He does that by just racing, sir. I mean, we have great memories with people through racing, not through smashing.
I don't believe you because you keep bringing it up.
Not through pit lane contact. Yeah, but it's a negative memory. There's a lot of positive.
I think you enjoy it. Otherwise, you wouldn't keep talking about it.
I had a great battle here. This was maybe a year ago. 7 laps of wheel-to-wheel combat with Wayne Hutchison. It was actually really, really fun. We were on one of those days where we had just like incredibly similar paces, and we were able to race side by side through this very turn right here, and do some good, have a lot of fun. It was one of my better memories in recent memory of driving. Of course, I've been in semi-racing retirement until my leg heals, so we need to build some new memories. I'm probably going to come back and be like incredibly slow. Watch that happen.
Probably.
I'm going to come back. I'm going to be battling at the back of the pack. I'll be like, damn it, why'd I come back?
You'd be like the Paul di Resta of racing.
I'm not sure what you mean by that, to be honest. that one's confusing me.
Rocket Powered Mohawk just put up a short video not too long ago, and he again went after Paul di Resta because it was funny.
Yes, he just likes the commentary of Paul di Resta. I remember this down.
Throw him in jail immediately.
I don't really have a problem with Paul di Resta's commentary, but like I get that it is like incredibly biased.
Yeah. Good thing we don't do stuff like that.
Well, the thing is that I find almost all the Formula One commentary to be like incredibly biased. So like I don't know who you like. If you want unbiased commentary, is kind of like the problem. It's one of those things where it's like no. It's like every time it's like he's biased against Max or he's biased against Lewis. I'm like, okay, but the guys you like are biased against the other one. So like that's not your problem. They just don't like your guy. That's the problem you have. I'm kind of mixed on this livery that Dirk Greshel has. On one hand, I like the idea, I like the concept, but I think it doesn't come off all that well. Although I do like that Zero Force sponsorship right there. That's intriguing.
Maybe if they sacrificed an animal and poured the blood all over the car, we'd be involved.
Maybe. Are you suggesting we need a blood god?
Possibly.
Need a blood god?
I'm just saying it could make for an interesting pre-race ceremony.
Someone at one point did do in one of the racing series I had a blood god based car. It was literally just all red and skulls. It looked simultaneously awesome and terrible. It was one of those things that, like, if you had a good computer and you had the graphic settings turned way up, it looked really good. And then anyone else, it looked terrible. Greshel continuing on here in 6th place. Doesn't really matter. We're in practice right now. We have no idea what these guys are doing in terms of qualifying setup, race setup, trying to find their way. Things might click, things might get really fast. So it's really going to be qualifying that stands out. But I will say, it is still nice to see Serge Hendricks up there in 2nd place. That's a new face towards the front of the pack. Looks like Vic Vega is a little bit more on the pace than normal. They're in 7th place as well. And it's good to see that. Bertrand Barrier doesn't look like he's doing super well, but it is Bertrand, and Bertrand is always up against the absolute limit of, well, everything. And that does tend to be a bit of a problem. Tends to lead to some inconsistency.
What if I told you they're going into the pits right now and putting chains on tires?
That'd be a bit of a weird one.
They need extra grip.
I don't think the circuit surface would enjoy that at all, to be honest.
They don't get paid to like it.
And I don't think the owners would like it at all.
In the words of possibly Rick James, "Fuck you, you rich motherfucker."
I'm going to turn the tire compound thing on in there so we can see it. I don't know. This might be one of those cases where, like, they have a single tire compound, so this might actually be completely useless information. But this might be a case where there is only a hard compound. But we'll find out.
Hard. Yeah, buddy. Get him, Dirk.
Nice recovery there from the spin, Dirk.
He did that on purpose.
I mean, it could be. Yeah, everybody is running the hard tire, so I'm going to turn that off until I see like that there is a second tire level in play. If there does end up being a second tire in play, then I'll be quite happy to turn that back on.
RC in chat is calling for tires for the tire throne, which is better than calling for tires for the tire fire. That's not always pleasant.
Well, I mean, let's be honest though. The tire throne just kind of is a giant tire fire that like the blood god that the tire god sits on. That's just how that works.
Neat. And then Hexus from Ferngully shows up. It would be pretty gangster.
It would. Or I suppose it wouldn't be the tire god because skulls for the blood god are like a secondary thing. So it'd be like the lubricant god. and tires for the tire throne. That's what happens when we're made to do live commentary on practice. There's not a lot for me to talk about, so we tangent off into a lot of stuff.
And then we start asking the really deep philosophical questions like, are you a lubricant or a lubricant?
Oh. See, that I've been reading through the Gaunt's Ghost novels, and later on the novels, there's a trooper by the name of Kant. And Varl does that to him constantly for like 3 novels.
I ain't got there yet.
It's like he's opening a door and he can't open the door, and Varl's just like, "Oh, you can't open the door, can you? Can't."
I was going to go to the grocery store today, and now I just don't think I will.
I do like how in Blood Pack, Non-spoiler for the book, frankly. This is not important to the plot at all. But during the there's a they get so bored that they plan a robbery, and Kant gets bullied into it under the promise that Varl will stop making jokes about his name if he helps them. Just enjoy the sounds of the cars here for a little bit.
I can't.
Well, we can't, but the audience can.
Vroom, vroom.
Yeah, we don't have any actual stream sound on our end, so we can't hear anything. Ooh, I like Steve Davidson's car. That's a neat livery.
It's orange.
I'm always down for an orange livery.
He must be Dutch.
I think that's probably a Chinese livery, actually, based on some of the writing. Or possibly Hong Kong.
Whee!
Big Spain. Try to get around to show off everyone's liveries so you guys can have that visual reference. There's the BWT livery driven by American Adam Komorowski. BWT, very big in the racing world these days. Big sponsor. Including sponsoring the F1 team Racing Point at one point, and now the Alpine racing team. As well as their academy drivers, and for a while there they sponsored two cars in DTM driven by Edo Mortara and Lucas Auer. And I think they're still very, very active in the European GT scene as well.
And they also sponsor Little League lacrosse? I have no idea.
I suspect not. I don't know. Is lacrosse really a thing in Europe?
Probably not.
Raul Valoria. This is a really muted car for him. Normally he's a colorful, loud livery guy, but he's just sporting the baseline Audi R8 livery. We also have the Hub Auto Ferrari, RWB Marco, at the wheel. And a very pretty one, the Valentino Rossi Monster Energy livery for Mad Al. Oops, Scott Nick just joined. Oh, I like that livery. I enjoy that. It's nice. It's got a lizard on it. Up to 17 cars on the server now.
Well, that's 16 more than we need, because everybody knows that Steve Dave's going to win.
There is James Boutelier sporting the Apt Schaeffler livery, which has been seen in GT Racing as well as DTM and Formula E for a number of times. And I think also in some of the German and European-based Formula series. Oops, somebody off the background there. I think that was Ariel Zatoni taking a spin. Butler coming to the line. No improvement on his time. Still 7th place. Car breakdown today so far is 8 members of Team Ferrari to 9 members of Team Audi.
And nobody's driving a Daihatsu. What the heck?
Probably the biggest story at the moment is the fact that we are missing championship leader Alfonso Alexandre.
I mean, when you're that good, you just show up for qualifying, smoke everybody, and then walk off.
I mean, he is very good. He's an incredibly rapid driver. Congratulations to Tobias Thirl for making the playoffs as a member of the non-Gronks in Super Mega Baseball. His Krakens are in the postseason. We will hopefully meet up with them and destroy him. Martin Edmonds, by the way, is up against me in the first round of the playoffs as a member of the Gazelles. So if you want to check out Super Mega Baseball action, I will shamelessly plug my Twitch. Neodread, which will broadcast Super Mega Baseball action 2 times a week. Possibly 3 times a week.
93 times a week.
There have been people asking me to do a Mech Warrior Online stream at some point, which I do like doing, but it tends to mean that people who I want to platoon with in that game don't want to do it, because they're, in the words of Gabe, I will not have my insanity exploited for your financial gain. Because I really would love to get Gabe and Brock to do a stream with me on Mech Warrior Online. That would be, I think, very entertaining. Not sure who the 4th member of the Lance would be. Maybe Vince, or maybe our newest member of our company, 6'2", whose name I thought was a reference to his height until he told me, no, that's just my first name. I'm like, okay, that's interesting.
His parents named him 6.
His name is 6'2".
Is he Japanese?
He's Spanish, Mexican American specifically. Lives out in New Mexico. My understanding is he is not 6'2", and in fact is much shorter than 6'2".
He is actually 2'6".
That would be interesting. I don't think he's that short though. I think he's like 5'7", 5'8", or whatever. Shorter than me, I am told, but he is not confirmed exactly how much shorter. At some point, we'll probably bug him into making a mixed martial arts fighter in the sim. Scott Nick off the track there. As we continue to follow Butler on his lap here, and in behind him is Matt Al, who appears to be slowing down and abandoning the lap, maybe doing a practice pit stop. Butler coming across the line. Unable to improve, but that was a good lap. See if there's anybody else we want to get a look at here that we have not highlighted. We'll hop on with Benji Davis. He's currently in 9th place in the Ferrari 488. Ferrari appears to be a slight edge right now. They have 6 cars in the top 10 to Audi's 4. They occupy 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. But again, this is practice, so we don't know how indicative that is of the actual pace roll. This track has 13 turns for anyone interested in such stats, and I will get the length of it.
It's about 14 and a half feet.
Actually, it's going to be a fair bit more than that. It is an FIA Grade 2 circuit, and its length is 4.801 kilometers. Translates to 2.983 miles. Should be mentioned, the official Wikipedia page has 14 turns as opposed to 13. So it might be, looks like they count the last chicane as 2 different turns on Wikipedia. The answer there. Whereas the track map from racingcircuits.info has that is just a single turn. So it just says turn 13, but it's 13 and 14 on Wikipedia. All right, Benji's pulled into the pit. Let's get another. Let's hop on board with somebody else here. We did a lot with Dirk. Oh, he's going back out. Anyways, we'll hop on with Vic Vega in the WeatherTech Ferrari. He's doing quite well today. Currently sits in 8th place.
Martin was saying that they added 3 minutes to practice because the whole debacle.
Yep, I saw that.
If anybody is not familiar, there was a debacle.
There was a boggle.
It seems to be your boggle.
I'll turn the auto director on here for qualifying, and hopefully it'll show us the juiciest bits. Tobias Theorolf, Ariel Zatoni out on track already. James Butler, Vic Vega, Adam Komorowski also scrambling for the pit lane exit. We've got 20 minutes to put down your best lap and get yourself a position. Fumbohiro Kobayashi has joined the server. Welcome. He finished 2nd place last time out, so that's a big get.
Player 17 has entered the game.
He sits in 5th place in the overall championship, so that's a big deal. With no Josiah Jerome and no Alfonso Alchandre still, we are missing 2 of the top 5. So I hope
no Josiah Jerome. What the hell are we going to talk about?
I hope they are just running late. But we'll find out. Maybe we could talk about your inevitable open weight title defense that's coming up next month.
Dun, dun, dun. What do you mean next month?
Well, in June. Bloody Mania.
God, jeez. It's forever away.
I want some fights to formulate. Right now I got 2 fights on the card.
And nobody even challenged me.
Indeed. I think somebody will.
Chickens.
We got Squidly Vicious versus Sully. And we got my sister taking on RC. So there you go. I actually had two people PM me and ask who actually even had the women's open weight title. I'm like, Jasmine, so you got challenged. I think if no one else challenges you, you'll probably get challenged by Toby Garcia. That's my guess.
Interesting.
Well, he had the belt at one point. He's been talking to me about wanting it back.
Well, he's not going to get it. So.
He wants that belt back. He wants to do the Rampage Jackson thing.
What? You going to get knocked out by Tito Ortiz?
Whoa, that didn't happen at Rampage, did it?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think it did.
I do lose track of stuff that happens in Bellator, though.
No, I don't think you know what? I don't think they ever fought. They were supposed to fight, and they actually had like a whole program in Impact Wrestling trying to hype it up.
Oh, right.
And then it just didn't end up happening.
Right.
Matt Al going 5th fastest in the Valentino Rossi car.
Indeed, Mr. Koss, we are talking about the MMAs.
We are talking about the MMAs. Okay, let's see here. We've got Vic Vega out there, currently in 7th place. Who's waiting in the pit lane? Scott Nick and Bertrand Barrier are the only 2 cars not on track right now. So we've got 16 cars out there. That's a lot. Vega's got a personal best lap here through 2 sectors. Let's see if he can move into the top 5 here. Maybe can. Nope. 6th place, though. Displacing. Oh, right down to 7th almost immediately. James Butler going 2nd quickest. Nice. Steve Davidson coming to the line. He's got a good lap here, considering his first lap was not very good. This one is a notable improvement. Looks like it might be as much as like a 1.5 seconds. And he is going to go 8th quickest. Wasn't quite a 1.5 seconds improvement, but it was 1.1. It's good. He's getting faster. Thierolf on pole right now. Butler, D, Zatoni, and Hendricks rounding off your top 10. So it's nice to see Surge is still in the mix. There's Surge Hendricks. Speaking of Surge, and he will appear.
The surging.
Currently 6th quickest. Martin just went 4th quickest, knocking him out of the top 5. Does have 2 personal best sectors, though. Will he improve at the line? Here we go. The answer is no. Just off.
Just a bit outside.
Mm-hmm. The very slimmest amount outside there. Matt L improving the top 5. We got a competitive field here. Although Thierolf is a little bit out ahead. Kind of is normal. He's got 6/10 on Butler. And he's got a purple first sector, so he's not done. He's going to go faster. Fumihiro Kobayashi going 9th quickest. Still purple at the end of Sector 2 for Tobias Thierolf. He does improve at the line. 118, 114 apparently. Meantime, Andrew D moving into 3rd place. Still no lap times from Scott Nick, Ken Scott, and Bertrand Barrier, but they are on the track and looking to set them.
What if I told you
Oh, there's Scott Nick, in fact.
that we've decided to run this race in reverse today?
It would be interesting. Steve Davidson moving back into the top 10, taking 9th place there. Let's see Ariel Zatoni in the kind of new or I don't know if that's new or old app livery. If it's new, I don't like it. I like the one that James Butler is driving right in front of him that spun out there. That was a more colorful app livery. Chad Scott goes 17th quickest.
Ariel Zatoni's livery makes me want some spearmint gum.
A little bit. No improvement from Ariel there. Scott Nick across the line, still 16th quickest. Got held up there a little bit by the BWT Audi of Adam Komorowski. And Dirk Greschel, still 17th quickest, or 7th quickest as well. Serge Hendricks rounding the final corner. Ooh, that was a little sloppy. It was a really good lap before that, though. And it's good enough for 6th quickest.
That's 17 times quicker than the last 24.
I doubt that is that case, but your hypothesis is worth investigating, I suppose.
It's advanced number theory. Don't worry about it.
Ariel Zatoni coming to the line. Unable to improve on his 5th place this time around. Bertrand Barrier going 16th quickest. That is bizarrely slow for him. Oh, so this is not the full circuit. I was pretty sure that was the case. Yeah, it's the East Circuit only today. This series has 5 more rounds after today. On June 10th, we will be headed to Donington Park to tackle the national layout, followed by Zhejiang on June 24th. That is the Zhejiang Grand Prix circuit. The Indianapolis Motorsports historical layout on July 8th, hosts round 6, followed by Nogaro on July 22nd. And we will finish the series off on August 5th. Byron, it's your favorite track and one of my favorite tracks.
Oh my God.
We're going down under.
Oh my God, it's the Indianapolis Speedway.
We're going to Bathurst.
Oh baby. Reverse Bathurst.
Oh, no, you do not want to try driving up that hill. Oh God, no.
Gonna run her up that hill. Better have made a deal with God.
Tony's gone up to 3rd place, so he's making progress right now. Good to see him near the sharp end of the grid and near Martin Edmonds. That's a classic ESR rivalry, Edmonds v. Zatoni. Across the line there. Still 3rd quickest. Trailing Tobias Thirolf and Martin Edmonds. Bertrand Barrier up into 11th place. He's the 2nd Audi. And Ken Scott in the Bio Circle, Audi going 18th quickest. Good to see him out here again, changing up into the Audi after some struggles with trying to master the Ferrari.
I believe Ferrari is probably the easiest car in the world to drive. That's why they're so popular in common.
Oh, no.
And cheap. I hear that they're very cheap.
No. With Ferrari being in the game, finally, I kind of need to know why we haven't done the obvious answer here. Ford v Ferrari.
I'd made that joke 3 times in the last 7 streams.
Yeah, but I'm not making it as a joke. I'm asking the serious question. There's a difference.
I don't do serious, sir.
I'm aware. That's why I'm saying. That's what I'm just saying that you and I are not doing the same thing. We have the same topic.
Or are we? And I'm just being meta.
That would be very impressive.
Be prepared to be impressed.
Ken Scott's got a better lap going here, but it'll still be tail end of the pack, I think. He'll close the gap a little bit. There's Scott Nick, still 17th. Quite a ways back. Pick up Andrew D, the car guy Ferrari, currently in 4th place. Put up a personal best in Sector 1, but it looks like Sector 2 wasn't quite as kind. Now coming down to the final turn here. See if he can better his lap time, but I kinda doubt it. And across the line he goes. Nope. Trying to see if I can actually find the East Course. Oh, here we go. East Course map found. Thank you, racingcircuits.info, for your assistance in this matter.
This is about raceday.watch.
It is an 11 corner track. Basically just cuts out the stadium section.
I need a minimum of 37 corners per track.
Oh, that would be impressive. Steve Dave going 7th quickest. Improving that on that lap. Put up a 19:07.5. Andrew D's got a pair of personal bests in Sector 1 and 2. Can he translate Sector 3 into a top 3 time? No. No, he cannot. But he wound up about a 10th slower. Coming in at 18.727.
I believe standard time progression on this track is 30 seconds a lap.
Negative.
So these guys are clearly just not pushing the gas pedal.
Well, that's a little harsh. Umiro Kobayashi got a good lap going here. 8th quickest. There you go. Tobias Theerolf has got, it seems like, the best 3rd sector by a significant margin. Which is a little bit strange given how rather small the 3rd sector is.
Michael, I have a serious question.
Shoot away.
How come we don't rate horses in car power? It seems like we should just update the nomenclature.
Wouldn't it be like all decimals though?
Yeah. But so is baseball.
I mean,
people like baseball.
I mean, I think only the batting average is all decimals in baseball.
Nope. It's all decimals, even if they don't have a decimal.
Things are greater than 1 in baseball.
Yeah, but I mean, still, that's implied that there's a 0.00 behind it.
I mean, like, they'd be all less than 1 in car power, though. That's what I mean.
Yeah, but I mean, we get to see if a horse ever got as high as a single car power.
We'd be like I don't know, it's like 300 horses. These cars here are like 300 horses, so that'd be like what? Zero. I can't believe I'm gonna have to pull out a calculator for this. 003 repeating. I just didn't. I was blanking on how many zeros it would be to start it off with.
At least one.
It's two.
Your boy,
Andrew D with the spin.
Mr. Edmonds, says that there should be 31 people here today. So a lot of people just didn't sign out. So we have 18 attending.
Mm-hmm. Say it looks like I mean, there's a couple of big names missing. Like I said, the championship leader is missing. That's kind of a big deal.
I believe it's International Get Wasted Day, so a lot of people probably doing that.
Missing Alfonso Alchandre, Josiah Jerome, Magic Kashchuk, Rene Ermer, Antonio Costa, RWB Rigel, Max Haas, Javier Vega, Jeremy Reeder. Jeremy Reeder missing in action. Fred Ross, Ricardo Costa, Mauricio Delgado. I can't believe we didn't notice that.
Mauricio.
Tobias Theroff will start from the pole position ahead of Martin Edmonds, Ariel Zatoni, Andrew D, Serge Hendricks, James Butler, Fumihiro Kobayashi, Steve Davidson, Dirk Greshel, and Matt Al. That's your top 10. Following that up, you got Bertrand Barrier out of position, so that'll be interesting to see. Raul Valoria, Vic Vega, Benji Davis, RWB Marcos, Adam Komorowski, Scott Nick, and Ken Scott. So, SK and KS.
Who's got an SKS?
The back row.
Nice.
Josiah probably fell asleep again, according to Martin in chat.
Yeah.
All right, we got a quick warm up here, and this is our last chance to be like completely tangent happy before the race starts. So I don't know. Let's see here. Do we have a good tangent? Do we have any?
Well, we will now have 2 hours of warm up. Everybody buckle in for that wild ride.
Won't be 2 hours. 2.5 minutes.
They, didn't get enough time to really go over the track for the last hour.
This is just them getting their fuel loads right, getting ready, making any last-minute tire adjustments.
So, Michael, would you like to tell the people why you've decided to become Amish?
No. Dude.
I mean, the facial hair stylings would indicate that you are now affiliated distinctly.
Nope.
With, what is it, Mennonite, Hutterite?
No. I'm affiliated with none of those.
He's swearing off technology.
Oh God, no.
You will have to mail him pictures of your mother directly.
Who do you think I am, Shorsey?
First of all, their moms were wheeling me.
No. It was first of all, they're not my friends. Second of all, their moms were wheeling me.
Right.
Do not watch Shorsey. Go check that out, everybody. It's a good show.
Yep. The unconfirmed yet totally confirmed season 2 soon.
I hope so.
Somebody spotted some signage up in the rink for the Sudbury Blueberry Cockapoos or whatever.
Bulldogs.
That's him.
Mm-hmm. Wonder if they'll include any other former NHL players in the cast to join the Nolans and Terry Ryan.
One would hope that Bernsey would be fun.
Mm-hmm. Burnsy, yeah. Burnsy would good. I'm down with that.
Maybe a little dangle action.
Get Alexander Daigle to appear in it, just not as a hockey player, just as a pretty boy. That would amuse me greatly, I think.
Oh, you want pretty boys, you got to get Bure.
Well, no, but Daigle just fits because he gave up on his NHL career to become a model, basically.
It's fair.
So.
It's probably less head trauma.
Definitely.
Can't prove it 100%, but probably.
Probably. I'm just saying it would be It would be a bit of a interesting segment to have him pop up, but not as a hockey player.
This race brought to you in part by Simsock. Simsock, suck it to him.
Mm-hmm. Grid forming up. And of course, I would like to see Riley and Jonesy pop up at some point.
Yeah.
Tobias Thurl takes his spot in the pole sitter's box. And here we go. 18 cars, 1 hour, 1 pit stop. Twin ring Motegi East Course. Here we go. Red lights are on, and we are off.
No, we're not on the air? Oh, no.
Green light has been given. Tobias Thierolf in the lead, going side by side with Martin Edmonds towards the first corner. Martin in the Ferrari. Tobias in the Audi around the outside. And that is very close. Also very close in behind them between Andrew D. and Ariel Zatoni there. Or no, that's not Andrew D. That's Serge Hendricks. He's up into 3rd place. Wow. Great start for him. Andrew D off to a bad start. He's down to 6th place behind Fumihiro Kobayashi.
He has been demoted.
And,
oh boy.
Bit of a pile up there. RWB Marco, Vic Vega, and Benji Davis all off the track.
Gosh dang it, Benjamin.
As you see them stumble on and rejoin. And in fact, there you see the winners and the losers on the side of your screen there. Scott Nick, the big winner early on, up to 13th place. Up 4 spots. But other big winners, Serge Hendricks and Fumihiro Kobayashi, making their way through the field up to 3rd and 5th. 2 spots apiece. So it is Thierolf, Edmonds, Hendricks, Zatoni, Kobayashi, D, Butler, Greshel, Davidson, Barrier, your top 10. Greshel moving up. James Butler off the track. And, or just moving slowly. I don't know. What is up, James? Let's see if he gets back up to pace here. Meantime, Adam Comer. Oh, that was close. Between Komorowski and Scott Nick for 12th place. I believe those two are arguing for top American honor. No, wait, Serge Hendricks is American. I always forget that.
Americans?
And the inside, Komorowski will make the move. Stick can move into 12th place ahead of Scott Nick in the BWT Audi. Whatever was up with Butler's car appears to have fixed itself. He seems to have kind of rejoined the race pace here, so not sure what the deal with that was. Vic Vega moving past Ken Scott in the WeatherTech car. And next up on Ken Scott's doorstep is RWB Marco and the Hub Auto Ferrari. I like the Hub Auto livery. What do you think, Byron?
The Hublot? I believe the Hublot is a watch.
Trying to go around the outside. Ooh, nice defense. Ken Scott not giving up easy. Raul Valoria looking down the inside of Mad Al. Monster Energy versus... we need a name for Raul Valoria's livery, because it's just a plain car. It's not really any livery going on there. Ariel Zatoni has been relegated to 5th place behind Fumihiro Kobayashi in the red Ferrari there. And is now in a Ferrari sandwich. Actually, he was in a Ferrari sandwich already. He's just in a different Ferrari sandwich. RWB Marco is off track and falling back. May have had a failed attempt to overtake Ken Scott. Which liveries in the field today, Byron? Get the Byron blessing of goodness of not quite golf, but like in the absence of golf.
I mean, even though he's been demoted, Andrew's car's pretty good.
Ah, the car guy, Ferrari.
I also like the Spearmint Gum one, and everybody else has been disqualified, and their points have been returned to an orphanage. Although I do respect the, I think that's an Audi that's got the red Ferrari color. I have no idea.
Not sure. I don't think we have a red Audi in the field.
Well, it'd be funny if it was.
I mean, we have
like,
we have Audis that have red on them, but I don't think we have a primarily red Audi.
Pennzoil.
Well, that one there's a Ferrari.
Yeah, I know. But it'd be funnier if it was like somebody in the pits grabbed the Audi paint, like a bucket of Ferrari paint, and just like put it all over.
We've lost RWB Marco.
Why?
He's parked the car.
Why?
So we're down to 17. We're not even 10 minutes in.
I demand answers.
We're just over 5 in. Good battle here for 4th place. Kobayashi, Zatoni, D, Greshel. All very close together. And a little bit further back, Steve Davidson under attack from Bertrand Barrier. Oh, car off. Serge Hendricks is off.
Again?
Whoa! Whoa! He was going backwards.
Okay.
He was going backwards.
I respect the J turn, but execution,
that was rough.
5 out of 7.
All right. Barrier's managed to get up into 8th place, so he's done a good job. He's +3 on the day. Your biggest climber is Komorowski, who started 16th and is up to 10th place. He's having a very solid day. Early days yet, though. A couple of those cars will make their way back through, I'm sure. Looking at you, Serge Hendricks, quite quick. And also probably James Butler. Oh, Hendricks is retired. Never mind. Oh, Steve!
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
What happened, Steve? I don't know what happened there. Oh, boy. Meantime, Vic Vega. Oh, no! Contact between Ben Davis and Vic Vega. Spins him out.
They're very aggressive.
Indeed. Also, front row seat to that was given to Raul Valoria. Gottnick overtaking Steve Dave. So Davidson and Davis falling back. Meantime, out of the front, Tobias Thierolf is now about 2.5 seconds out ahead of Martin Edmonds. So he is doing his thing. If I may borrow from the Matrix Reloaded, he's doing his Superman thing.
Correct.
I'm still pondering seeing the 4th Matrix movie. Like part of me really doesn't want to see it.
Yeah, I'm sort of in that. Apparently, everybody hated it, but everybody disliked the 2 other sequels, and they're good. So people.
Yeah, I thought they were okay. Like I do believe that the first movie stands above all of them. I think that it is just a fantastic piece of cinema.
Yep.
And Reloaded and Revolutions do not quite live up to that. But I really like Reloaded. Revelations was a little hit and miss to me, but like it wasn't nearly as bad as people make it out to be.
I ran into, I can't remember, some webcomic artist was just making the incredibly worst bad faith arguments, like little thing like, well, how come they got holes in their shirts and stuff? And everybody's like, you see a lot of sheep kicking around, or?
Yeah, called like scarcity of resources, frankly.
It was just all stuff like that. It was so dumb. I don't remember who it was because I obviously just didn't read that guy's webcomics anymore after that.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember it was a dude. I do remember it was an American. That does not narrow it down.
No, not really. So it's more just kind of the case of like the fourth movie just feels like a complete cash grab. It's like,
I don't know. Like if there was a legit story to tell, then go on with your bad self. But I just don't know.
The thing is, I don't think that there really was.
I don't know.
Dave out of the race.
Dang, Steve Dave.
We've lost Steve Dave. We've lost Serge Hendricks. We've lost RWB Marco. Damn. The body count is flying.
Let the bodies hit the pits.
I mean, that song does fit the race right now.
Let the bodywork hit the floor.
15 cars still running. Tobias Thirolf in the lead, Martin Edmonds, Fumihiro Kobayashi, the man you're looking at, Ariel Zatoni, Andrew D, Dirk Grutschel, who's the black Ferrari in the background there, and then it is Bertrand Barrier. In seventh place, Matt Al, Adam Komorowski, and James Butler rounding off your top 10.
There is a Barrier to entry.
Mm-hmm. Vic Vega, Raul Valorius, Scott Nick, Benji Davis, and Ken Scott. I mean, come on, like Benji Davis is still out there, and he's had like 3 accidents already. He's still rolling. Vic Vega going up past Raul Valori. Valori was very, very wide there. I wonder if that was a mistake or if we just caught kind of like the aftermath of a little bit of side-by-side action. I'm not sure which it was. But, it does look like Valori is very much on the edge there. The car is snapping around on him a lot, so it would not surprise me if this was just a driver error. Bertrand Barrier is off in the grass.
He's having a nap.
Trying to make a rejoin. He manages to do so relatively safely behind James Butler.
Boring. I've grown accustomed to these reverse J-turn in the middle of the track rejoins.
You've seen 2 of them.
I've now grown accustomed to this style of play and demand further embellishments on the rejoins.
I feel like that's a Homer Simpson moment right there. The episode where he gets high on the fumes off his car, and he's just like, "I have become bored of your erotic dancing. Bring me my ranch dressing house."
I did that to myself once. I was.
Well, this was more like a fire hose.
Nice. I was working at a restaurant. It was well before we met, and so I did all the prep and made fresh pasta for the restaurant. So I'd be there like 4 o'clock in the morning prepping stuff before, because the kitchen was so small. You had to, for all the stuff I did, I had to be there by myself because there's no room for anyone else. And one day I walked in, and everything's on gas, so all gas stoves, everything. And I noticed, it occasionally you catch a whiff of natural gas here and there. It happens, and I did not pick up on the fact that it's was a larger, a more pungent smell than usual. And one of the pilot lights had gone out and was just by the time somebody showed up, I was high as a motherfucker. And I had the worst headache in the world. And I'm basically stumbling and mumbling and
James Butler on the attack against Adam Komorowski.
And my boss, Wayne, it was Wayne that showed up, and he opens the door. He's like, "Oh my God, what's the problem? Are you okay? There's gas." I'm like, "What?" Had to go sit outside for half an hour. It was good times.
James Butler trying to climb his way back up. Benji Davis on the tail of Scott Nick as well. Battle for 13th place between the Ferrari and the Audi. The Ferrari Trail car. Benji Davis making his way through.
They make a trails car? You can go off-road and stuff?
No, I mean like he's the last place Ferrari. The running cars.
Boring.
Although we have lost 2 Ferraris to attrition. Seven Ferraris out there, 8 Audis in response. Butler's still looking to make his way up through the field here. Rough start for him. He started in P6, dropped pretty much to the back of the pack, and is now back up to 9th place.
Ooh. Headline of,
up ahead of him started 16th and is up to 8th.
Are you ready for the headline of the day, sir?
Okay.
Chinese live streamer dies after filming drinking video.
Oh boy.
User drank at least 7 bottles of Baijiu spirits during I don't know what that is, but I can guess. And he was found dead 12 hours later. I'm like, yeah, man. Yeah.
I mean, it's a way to go.
Known for drinking alcohol, cooking oil, and cooking oil on camera. Ugh. Like, for money, I guess.
I hope. I hope
he put money in the bank. Although it is China, are they allowed to have money?
They are allowed to have these. Oh no, Bertrand Barrier out of the race.
No!
Lost control, had a snap oversteer, wound up in the wall, and he's elected to park it. We're down to 14 cars, guys.
Can confirm your boy, Jerome the Fluffinator, showed up in chat, so confirm he did sleep through start time.
Josiah, it's the afternoon.
It's time for cocaine in the afternoon, not heroin. You gotta get your stuff together here. Heroin's for later.
Josiah, you're too young for developing these habits. Pit window, by the way, is open. Who do we think comes in first?
Max Simmons.
It's not here.
By God, it's Max
You're
Simmons
not
music.
wrong.
He's
Not
coming
wrong.
out of pit lane with a steel chair.
I don't really know if that would help him. Oh, Ken Scott out. Nope, he's not out. He just brought himself to a stop.
Josiah apparently works 2 jobs. He tired. That is respectable and understandable, sir.
It's respectable. I understand the problem.
Might I recommend just embezzling a shit ton of cash and then?
But I think you would want to stay up, you do the race, and then you're even tired and you sleep for like 12 hours. Oh, done. Mission accomplished. Ariel's at Tony on the tail. By the way, Andrew D, Adam Komorowski are the first men into the pit lane. Quite early for them, to be honest. Not a bad idea for Komorowski, though. He was fighting with James Butler and probably losing time as Butler kept attacking him. And just kind of getting away from that scenario, probably not the worst idea in the world. Andrew D does puzzle me a little bit. He's a smooth driver, usually has very good tire management.
I vote.
Theorolf is 5.5 seconds out in front of Martin Edmonds.
I vote we get Josiah here on commentary.
Somebody is showing 100% damage. That would be Mad Al. Oh, he's limping to the pit lane. So Mad Al looks like he has had a fight with the wall at some point, and is rolling his Ferrari on into the pit lane. This should be a pretty long pit stop if he's fixing up that front end. He looks a little bashed up. Also in the pits, Vic Vega.
Victor Vega. No dog food for Victor tonight.
Mm-hmm.
He has too much ego.
Mad Al rejoins. Vic Vega rejoins. So Mad Al doesn't look like he had that long of a pit stop, actually. Oh, no, he's still in there. Okay, never mind. He is rejoining. Still not as long as I expected to be with that level of damage, but obviously paying a price. He'll need to make up some ground here while he has the tire advantage. Just having pitted so early, he's going to have a tire disadvantage later on down the road. Yeah.
What if we replace his tires with pudding pops?
Probably wouldn't help.
I'm not interested in helping.
I said nothing about help. So 12 years after 12 years of loyal service, all you have to say is good luck, goodbye. I don't remember saying good luck. Kobayashi's still hanging on to a podium. Would be his second in the series. Took second place at Imola, of course, most recently. Warming up to be a little bit of a championship fight. Mad Al still showing damage. And he's back in the pits again. This is not good. Also coming down the pit lane is somebody in behind him. That is the car of... I am waiting for one of the cars to show as in the pits. It's Martin Edmonds. There we go.
El Martino.
Martin in early. Adam Komorowski has... Oh, James Butler's been in and out of the pits and has come out ahead of Adam Komorowski. Benji Davis is off. Benji, man, the track. And you have a complicated relationship, it seems. Oh, Lord, they're piling up behind him. That is Ken Scott in the background, I do believe. And I imagine James Butler, as well as Adam Komorowski, are not super happy about this blue flag at the moment. They would be like to pouring on the time, and it is not happening for them right now.
Correct. All right, Josiah. What flag were you going to be flying for this race?
Ooh, Komorowski just gets past the lapped car of Ken Scott. And yes, inquisitive minds want to know what flag Josiah will be running. So waiting on some pit stops to finish out here. Only two cars are within a second of each other. That is the battle we're looking at here between Komorowski and Butler. This is the closest it gets on the field right now. But such is the case when you're going through some cars have pitted, some cars have not pitted. Some battles are temporarily on a pause button or at least on asynchronous strategy. And we'll hopefully rejoin later on down the road. They hit 240 plus kilometers on this back straight. Very impressive. Get back into the start-finish line here.
I'd be more impressed if they hit a sheep at 200 kilometers an hour.
That's a dead sheep, sir.
Very possible.
It's not possible. That's a dead sheep. Ariel Zatoni has caught up to Raul Valoria. We'll see if Valoria puts up much of a fight. Valoria is yet to pit. Zatoni has newer tires. Not really their fight. We'll see if the Spaniard makes way to the Argentine. But of course, there is also that Argentina-Spain rivalry to consider. Poor Mad Al appears to still be carrying damage. He's running about a second off his own pace, down in 13th place. But 13th is a decent points-paying selection for him. So, I mean, keep going, take the points, take what you can get, even though it's been a bit of a miserable day for him. And who knows, maybe some people will drop by the wayside and he can move into the top 10. Ariel Zatoni looking to get past Raul Valoria. Certainly no brand orders in play here because if there were, Valoria would have gotten out of the way by now and let through one of the Audi leaders, Ariel Zatoni. Look down the inside here. Final corner of the lap. Nope. Tony will remain behind. Mr. Josiah Jerome says that he's pondering the Dominican Republic flag, if he hasn't already run it.
The People's Democratic Republic of the Dominican Republic.
I would suggest...
Bhutan.
Well, I think he's going for a specific geographical area. Sorry.
I know that. That's why it would be funnier if he went with like Germany or just like some random small country, like Nepal,
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe.
I think Zimbabwe is a very interesting flag.
Is that the one with the machete?
No. I forget which one has the machete.
Is it
now.
the shield and spears?
No, it's hang on. I'll send it to you.
No, don't do that. I can look it up.
It's got many small horizontal lines. Black,
right.
black, red, yellow, green.
It's essentially communist Jamaica.
Yeah, basically. I think it's one of the neater flags you'll find.
Pronounced Zimbabwe, which is not true.
What other flags are really good, interesting stuff here?
I think the best one's got to be Bhutan.
Bhutan is up there. I also do like Wales's flag. There's a dragon on it.
Correct.
Can't go wrong.
When in doubt, dragon. But Bhutan's cool because they were like square, rectangular. Fuck you, triangles, bitch. That's what
Estonia always comes to mind as a nice one, even though it's nothing special. It's just blue, white, black stripes. But like I don't know, that combination actually really works.
Correct.
There was some old school, like small, I think it was Italian Kingdom, and I could be wrong on this, but like it had a unicorn on it. It's a country that no longer exists, but I just remember looking at it during. I was reading a Napoleonic like textbook, and they had all the flags of like the various forces present. I think it was at Austerlitz, and yeah, one of them was like an Italian nation that had a unicorn on it. Like even back in the 1700s, we were weird.
Let's go with the old school Yugoslavian flag. Just really rustle some jimmies.
Yep. Ariel Zatoni down the inside. And that is 5th place for the Argentinian driver. Finally getting clear of Raul Valoria. But that really worked out for the guys who were battling with Zatoni. He got held up there quite a bit. For comparison purposes, Valoria was running about a second off of what Zatoni has shown to be capable of doing around here. So, big loss of time. Further back, James Butler is caught up to the back of Scott Nick. He's also gotten past Benji Davis in the meantime, and he's bringing Adam Komarowski with him. Scott Nick yet to pit. Might want to consider it, to be honest. Down the inside goes Benji Davis, overtaking James Butler. Nice work. I don't think he'll hold that, though. Butler's got the inside line through the turn here. Side by side, almost contact for ninth place. Probably will be higher than that once everything is sorted out. They'll at least overtake Nick when he pits. Oh no, Davis is yet to pit yet. Okay. So Butler doesn't necessarily have to fight with Davis, but at the same time, you don't want to get caught behind him.
Be a lot funnier if you did.
Nick dips himself into the pits, and Butler is ahead of Benji Davis. Also in the pit lane, I saw some other cars going in there. I'm just waiting for them to disappear off the timing here. They gray out when they're in the pit lane. No, looks like it might have just been Scott. Still waiting on Tobias Thirol, Fumito Kobayashi, Raul Valoria, Dirk Grushel, as well as Benji Davis and Ken Scott to make their pit stops. Man, those cars are really getting quite sideways through that turn there. Wow. And Vic Vega in the background there in the white Ferrari, trying to catch up with this trio. Scott Nick has rejoined the festivities without incident.
Boring. I demand incident.
Fumito Kobayashi made his pit stop and has come out behind Martin Edmonds, but ahead of Ariel Zatoni. So same spot he went in. He has lost a bunch of ground, though, with that overcut, falling to 8 seconds behind Martin Edmonds. Although, we'll have the tire advantage. We do know that Martin wears his tires down quite aggressively, and we'll find out. Josiah complimenting Mr. Butler for being able to hang around the outside of Davis, and I agree. That was some very impressive driving. Probably a significant tire advantage probably at play, as well as Davis is not pitted. And also Davis we've seen spin off into the grass like 3 or 4 times. So I imagine those tires that both started the race and have gone through a fair amount of abuse were not up to fighting with the fresher Audi of James Butler. Also, Butler, notably faster, he qualified P6 in this race. Benji Davis qualified P14. So there's also that to consider. Kobayashi is falling backwards. What's going on here? I don't know. Looks like he just rejoined. Losing out to Zatoni, D, and at least temporarily Valoria. Valoria does have to pit still, so he'll probably regain that 6th place at least. He was looking for a surefire podium. And maybe a shot at 2nd place if Martin's tires fell off. Some lap traffic in play there. That would be Mad Al in the Monster Energy Ferrari being relegated. Still driving around with damage by the looks of it. Let's take a look. No, it looks like it fit up. Just maybe the gallery, the camera or the control panel hasn't updated to reflect the fact that he is indeed fixed, and his lap times are down in the 119s. So I would say that he is probably fine.
I think that means that he's 1 minute too slow. Got to get those lap times down at 19 seconds.
Oh, well, that's not going to happen. Raul Valoria finally hitting the pit lane. It looks like also heading in is one of the Audis behind him, which would be... I don't know. Maybe it's Benji Davis in a Ferrari and I just completely misidentified. No, it's Ken Scott. That's who it is.
Or was it Scott Nick?
No, Scott Nick's been in.
Or was it Byron Scott?
Well, I would hope not. He'd be very, very uncomfortable in a race car.
Probably.
Raul Valoria rejoins. Ahead of Scott Nick and behind Vic Vega in 11th place. Speaking of Vic Vega, he has caught up to the back of Adam Komarowski, looking to take the fight to the BWT Audi with his WeatherTech Ferrari. Still waiting on Greshel and Davis to pit. They are the last two. Meantime, Raul Valoria with a big spin.
Yeehaw.
Underestimating those cold, or overestimating, I should say, those cold tires. Benji Davis into the pit lane.
I think they should do something ridiculous like make the pit window literally 1 minute.
Oh, we've done that before.
It would be very funny. And then, like, there's nobody on the track.
Well, no, it's also kind of, but it is kind of rude to make a pit window that's less than a lap time, because it is possible that someone might just end up not being able to pit in the window.
Nope,
So-
gotta do math.
What I would do, if you want, you could get the same result by just making it like a 2-minute pit window, or like a 1 minute on a really short track. I guess would work.
Make the pit window
do
2
Newstorm or
seconds,
something.
2.5 seconds longer than the fastest possible lap. Then you really gotta hustle.
Actually, the dumbest thing I've ever partaken in RaceRoom was there's a racetrack called Knutsdorf, which is a Scandinavian track, Norway, I think. Might be it's Norway or Sweden, but one or the other. And one, it's really really short, and two, it's got like massive embankments on a section, which is like it's like riding a roller coaster for like 3 turns. And someone was like, you know what we should do? Knutsdorf with multi-class racing. I'm like, that is a terrible idea, but I partake in it, and it was a terrible, terrible idea. Oh!
Hey!
Adam Komarowski kind of just unprovoked there, spinning in the final turn. He'll lose a spot to Vic Vega as a result.
Getting in there, rubbing bumpers, oh yeah.
Raul Valoria, in the meantime, is off the track
Boy, howdy.
again. What is up, Raul? What is up, my man? You were looking at a top 10. And now not so much. Scott Nick up ahead of him, being lapped, I do believe, by that's Greshel and Edmonds, which is not really a fight. Greshel still has to pit. Edmonds is caught up to him. I think at this point, Greshel really should actually consider pitting. He's running 1 minute 21s, which is some of the slowest laps on the track right now. Your car needs a pit stop, sir. You may want to ponder this. The only people he is faster than are Ken Scott, as well as
Serge Hendricks,
Scott Nick, and Komarowski and Vega, but they had a spin, so I imagine their last lap times are not indicative. By the way, Raul Valoria is off the track again. And Raul, my man, we need to talk about your drinking problem, apparently.
let's call it a drinking opportunity.
It's a problem right now. It's a problem. The only thing Dirk Greshel's doing is costing Martin Edmonds time, which I applaud, but doesn't really seem to have a lot of strategic value for him. There he is. He's kind of the things. See where he comes out. I'll be interested. He was battling for a top 5 before the pit window opened. And we'll see if he is still in that consideration. I think he'll lose out to Zatoni. He might have a shot at getting out ahead of Andrew D, though. Never mind. Here they come. He is through. Zatoni is through. Kobayashi is through. He'll easily come out ahead of Butler. So 6th place. I don't know. We'll see. He'll obviously have a tire advantage for the last 20 minutes or so of this race. There's a chance to make things happen there, but I think he stayed out too long. His lap times got very slow.
Slow is smooth, smooth is fast.
Meantime, Kobayashi on the attack against Andrew D, looking for 4th place. And they have contact!
All right.
The Pennzoil and the car spinning out. That one, I mean, I don't want to rule on that as a steward. I'll be present at the steward meeting where that might come up, but I'm thinking that might be on D there. Kobayashi had the overlap. He was entitled to space. And I think D just kind of turned in without really a lot of regard for that. But it cost him a spot. He is now behind Kobayashi. And in the background, Dirk Greshel with a big spin.
Whoa, big spin. I tell it to my cat all the time.
Still will be in 6th place. Oh, no, maybe not. Here comes James Butler. Oh, he's going to the pits. What happened with the pit stop with Greshel? Or is he horrendously flat spotted the tires? But he's in for a 2nd pit stop just 1 lap after his first one. Oh, no. Did he miscalculate the fuel? Did he forget something? Did he flat spot the tires? I don't know. Or, okay, I think he had a drive-through penalty.
Remember, kids, if your tires aren't octagonal, you're not power sliding hard enough.
Adam Komorowski will also pick him off, as well as Vic Vega. So he'll drop back to 9th place. That's a herder. See if he can make his way back up, though. If he hasn't destroyed the tires, he'll still have a chance to apply fresher tire life to this race and see what he can do to make up ground. But he's back to where he started. He started 9th. He's down to 9th. He's having a really good race and was looking for a great result. Now he's kind of in damage limitation mode. So it's Thierolf, Edmonds, Zatoni, Kobayashi, D, Butler, Vega, Komorowski, Greshel, and Davis, your top 10. Everybody has pitted. Scott, Nick, Matt, Al, and Ken Scott are still racing. We've lost Raul Valoria. I can't say that I overly blame Raul. There definitely seemed to be something very, very wrong with his car after his pit stop. He went off 4 times, so I don't know what was up with that. I would have kept running myself, but I get it. I get the frustration of like this has become a waste of time. Something is not working here. Thierolf 11 seconds to the good. In fact, the podium is largely settled. Thierolf, Edmonds, and Sony all pretty much running on their own right now. And the question is really 4th place between Kobayashi and D. And then further back, you have some decent little fights here. Vega, Komorowski, Greshel, as you can see, battling it out. So, 7th, 8th, 9th, definitely up for grabs. And I was going to say maybe Butler can catch up to the battle for the top 5, but I don't think so. He's 13.5 seconds back. And I don't think he's necessarily that much faster than the cars ahead of him. In fact, he was slower than them last lap.
Do you think that Tobias Thierwolf has Ain't Nothing Gonna Break My Stride on loop while he's driving?
Oh, maybe.
Ain't nothing gonna slow me down, your hose. Got to keep it moving.
I don't know. What would be my driving music? I mean, to be honest, it would just be distracting. So, like, realistically, you should listen to music as you race. But
just blast bleed.
If I were
nonstop, max volume.
If I were to do so,
you just have Ghost Division on loop. Don't lie.
Nah, not for racing.
Ghost.
Not even my favorite Sabaton song, to be honest.
Don't lie to people like this, Michael.
It's not. My favorite Sabaton song. I don't know if I really have a singular song that would take the bait. But Carolus Rex, probably.
Gross. That's the one about Hitler.
It's not. There are many about Hitler, but
I
no.
know. I know.
The Rise of Evil, which is about Hitler, is on my top.
What's the one with about the tank commander? We might have to narrow that down a bit.
You'll have to narrow that down.
The American tank commander. Shit, I don't remember that. But anyway, that's my favorite one.
You mean the one the Persian Gulf War? No,
it was World War II.
I may not have heard this song, then.
Oh, really? No, let me do a little research.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not recalling it at all. American Tank.
No. Steel Commanders comes up a lot. That ain't it.
That's not it. That's like just a general tribute to tanks. Dirk Greshel going down the inside, trying to make it past Adam Komorowski, and he will get through, I think. He's got the inside line into the next turn as well. And he is through. That is 8th place for the German. So weird that he picked the Ferrari. You'd think, I honestly thought all the German drivers would be picking the Audis, but apparently not.
Sir, I believe you mean the Italian Audis.
Are you really? I would say it's the Italian Porsche, if anything.
Possibly. The Italian Hummer.
Mercedes, maybe, not Audi. No. Dirk Greshel going on the inside. I really don't think that there is an equivalent to Audi in the Italian car manufacturing industry.
What about Fiat?
Nah. Fiat's a little bit lower down. Fiat's like the Volkswagen, frankly.
What about Man Truck?
That is the heavy equipment, and there is no equivalent to that, sir. That Man Truck stands low. Man Truck 100% stands low.
Man Truck, not to be confused with Truckosaurus.
Truckosaurus, Sunday. Only Sunday and Saturday.
Truckosaurus.
Sorry to be focusing on Dirk Greshel so much here, but there's not much else happening in the field right now. Like Andrew D and Kobayashi are reasonably close together, but that gap appears to be widening as opposed to closing. And that kind of just means that Greshel, who we saw have to take a drive-through penalty, pretty much is the focal point for any action that's going to go on here. He is faster than Vic Vega. He is potentially faster than James Butler. The other 2 cars ahead of him. Maybe he can roll in Vega. I doubt he can get to Butler. He's not that much faster than Butler, and he is 11 and change behind him. But he is doing 121.042 that last lap. Pardon me, I'm looking 120.061, which is the 5th fastest lap on the track last time around. So Greshel is the danger man, and the gaps elsewhere are just a little bit too large, really, to get all that excited about. But we'll see. So the Zero Force Audi or Ferrari is our cameraman for the next little bit.
More like Jerk Greshel, am I right, fellas?
I don't know. Dirk might be a really nice dude. I've actually had no interactions with Dirk. I have no idea.
I'm making assumptions based on innuendo.
Other favorite Sabaton songs, Red Baron and Aces in Exile.
I believe you mean Ghost Division.
It's really not. It's the first song of theirs I ever heard, so it does have like a special place to me.
Yeah, me too.
But it's kind of in the middle of their catalog, honestly, for me.
I'm just opening up Wikipedia articles on their albums, trying to figure out what the fuck song I just don't remember what it is. And just searching for Sabaton song about American Tank Commander, not helping.
Yeah, not really. There's a couple. I can't recall a World War II one.
Yeah. We are the road crew. Da-da-da-da.
March of the Dead Men also comes up as a favorite. Oh, White Death. White Death. That
Oh,
Death
yeah.
probably actually is the favorite.
That'll probably D.
You're in the sniper's sight, the first kill tonight, time to die.
Whoa.
And I do like the opening to their official video for the March of the Dead Men, because they do the tributes to like all the military sayings. When the trench, and one of them is when the trench starts speaking Canadian French. And they have the when the snow starts speaking in Finnish, you have a problem.
Heard from the next adjacent trench. Oh, fuck yeah, bud. Oh, no!
The Canadians are here.
Shit. We done fucked up now.
I think there's another one that the Germans had is when the other trench becomes polite, you need to be aware. The Canadians have arrived. A number of other good ones from Sabaton, of course. You know, I really wanted to make a song about Admiral Yi at some point. That'd be cool. Just checking on Ken Scott here. Said he was off track, but he appears to be back and running. Might have just been getting out of the way of some blue flag traffic. As he is caught up in the Fumihiro Kobayashi Andrew D battle. Not that there's much of a battle going on there. The gap just keeps growing. The gap honestly just keeps growing. Kobayashi is posting lap times that are about 0.6 quicker. I just don't think that there's anything that D can do right this second. But cross your fingers. I'm hoping he can.
You would.
Dirk Greshel's up to 1.1 behind Adam Komorowski, so 8th place is on offer.
Oh, I think I found it. 82nd all the way.
That's not about a tank commander. It's about
No,
Alvin York.
Yeah, no, I understand that now. I fucked that up. That's why I couldn't find it.
That's a good one. Uprising, also a good one.
Possibly.
And 40-1. Greshel on the tail. He smells 8th place. And in fact, he was ahead of Komorowski. I was right. I was thinking he was already ahead of Komorowski. But he apparently looks like he went off because his last lap time was a 1:26.099. That one was a 1:19.878. Second fastest car on the track. So Dirk Greshel may have had a spin, and he may be angry now. He may be at that point of rage that gives you a solid, pure force of will to go fast. Because I think that was his second fastest lap of the race. Still not much going on here. D's gap to Kobayashi just keeps growing. It's up to 1.81 now. So, yeah, we're going to be with Dirk Greshel probably for much of the remainder of these 7 minutes because he's got a shot. He's got, I would say, almost a certainty at getting Komorowski. And then other than that, he might even have a shot at Vic Vega, who's 8 seconds up the road. But he's going to have to get past him right now. Matt Al is catching up to Scott Nick. So we might tune into that at some point. They're about 2.5 seconds right now. Matt Al is running about 8/10 quicker a lap, so probably in about 3 laps, that's going to be a significant fight. And 2 of the nicer liveries on the track, so, I would love to get them on camera. But first, Dirk Greshel, can you get the job done?
Nope. Maybe.
I'm suspecting, just a thought here, I'm noticing that Zero Force Racing is in Dirk's team handle on the portal. So this may actually be like his team's car, which might be why he's in a Ferrari as opposed to an Audi. I'm not sure if that's... I have no idea what Zero Force is, so it might be a sim racing team of some kind that has actually gotten their livery into RaceRoom. But we'll find out. Maybe we'll find out. Still on the tail. Gap between Mad Al and Scott Nick is down to 1.7. So he's coming.
Dun.
Let's see. Lap times that time around. Greshel made a slight mistake, and as a result, Komorowski pulling away a couple of tenths. But he is definitely the faster car. But I think any hope of catching Vic Vega has gone out the door. So Vic Vega probably a little bit more safe in that 7th place at this point, with an 8-second gap. Here we go. We thought about it. I think he was a little too far away, though.
What do you do?
That spot right there, next time around, I think is where you look for the overtake. Because if you can get the inside line, you've got the inside line for 2 consecutive turns. You can make the overtake stick really effectively. It's a good overtaking zone. And it's one that we have seen Greshel use before. So I think that's the spot. Otherwise, it's just go as fast as you can, get as close as you can right at that moment, and make the move stick with the minimum of us.
And then give them a pit maneuver.
Meantime, Mad Al on the attack against Scott Nick. I think Scott Nick may have made a mistake because that gap closed down really quickly. Yep, the Monster Energy car moving into 11th place. And one of the leaders coming through as well, that is Fumihiro Kobayashi to lap 2. Last lap between Greshel and Komorowski, pretty damn close, actually. 0.3 difference. But it feels like Greshel could do better than that if he could get clear. But he's been clear of Komorowski once, and then, he threw it away. So.
Pit maneuver, there you go, go. Oh, God damn it.
This is the moment here. No, he backs out of it. I thought that was the moment there. That was the turn to do it. Not the end of the world, of course. Still got probably 2 more laps. 3, maybe even 3 to get the job done. Scott Nick falling back of Mad Al. Doesn't look like he's going to make a comeback on that. It's been a quiet day for Tobias Thierwolf. He was given a scare early by Martin Edmonds into the first corner, and then pretty much nothing after that.
It's been an even more quiet day for the Fluffinator, Josiah Jerome.
Well, he was sleeping, so I would hope so.
And he was pulling for Komorowski in chat, so that's the thing.
Josiah, you should come make a fighter.
I was saying he should come get on commentary. He's not busy.
Oh, Josiah thinks that Adam's got this. I don't know. Adam got passed once before, and I do feel like Dirk is that just a little bit better of a driver. And he's ended up behind him based on getting a drive-through penalty, some strategic mistakes, to honestly, staying out way too long. He's got fresher tires, too. Like, that's another thing to consider. I think he can do this. We'll find out. But I mean, yeah, Josiah should do both. You know, commentary and make a fighter. You're a young man. Explore the combat. Oh no! Kamaroski uses the back end.
Boy.
And through goes Greshel. That was not how I wanted to see that go.
I think Komorowski just blew out one of his Motegi rings.
I can tell this. I can tell the chat is on incredible delay because Fluffy Jerome is saying how much the Audi is better than the Ferrari at this moment.
It's true, it is.
It's coming up. There it is on the screen, and there's the no from Fluffy Jerome. This commentary of the commentary. Not really much to watch here, though, unfortunately, with that battle being terminated. Everyone's kind of far apart, so let's give some love to the race leader, Tobias Thierolf. Don't know about the Audi being a superior car. There are 3 Ferraris in the top 5 and 6 in the top 10. So I think Ferrari actually had the edge today. Although Tobias will bring home the victory. Nope, he's going to get one more lap. He could slow down here and make this the last lap, but nope. He's going to go across the line, and we got another one coming. He is not taking his gas off, or his foot off the gas, I will say that, because he still did the fastest lap of anyone around the track that lap. By a lot. It looks like the next closest to him was over 4/10 away. For the record, it was Fumihiro Kobayashi, second fastest on the track right now. All right, Tobias. I tip my headphones to you, my friend. Oh, Kobayashi's off. He got really slow there for some reason, and he's going to lose not only the podium, but 4th place as well. Or pardon me, he wasn't on the podium. He was just ahead of D. So he's lost his 4th place. We'll see if he can get it back. He's got a lap to do it, but 1.7 seconds in a lap is asking a lot. And he's asking a lot of Scott Nick to get out of the way. Don't make me deal with a blue flag, son. And it is a pretty easy one there for Scott Nick. He made that quite easy. All right. Vic Vega often in the pit lane. I wonder if he actually hit the checkered flag, though. Might have. Tobias Thierolf has. So the checkered flag is out. Martin Edmonds is done. Ariel Zatoni coming across the line to take his 3rd place. And we'll see if Andrew D will take 4th. I think so. That gap has not actually closed. And a key mistake for Fumihiro Kobayashi, costing him what could be big in the championship. Andrew D goes through in 4th place. Kobayashi 5th. James Butler 6th place. Vega, I assume, finished in 7th. Rushel 8th. Komorowski 9th. And rounding off the top 10, Benji Davis after a really, really, really rough start. He gets himself a 10th place finish. Very nice. Mad Al comes home in 11th. Scott Nick in 12th. Ken Scott in 13th. We lost Raul Valoria, Bertrand Barrier, Steve Davidson, Serge Hendricks, and RWB Marco. Your fastest lap going to ya boy, Tobias Thierolf. The next fastest was 18.82 for Martin Edmonds. Only 2 people dipping into the 118s in the race. I am a little surprised by that. I thought we would have a few more.
Special bonus medal goes to Josiah Jerome for participation in chat.
Indeed, in chat. And Jeremy Reeder. Where are you, Jeremy?
Oh my goodness, it's the Reedist.
Mm-hmm.
And also Parsi.
Indeed. Well, you never know, Josiah. There might be some other people who end up losing ground. But I think we're done. The ending screen is up.
Get out.
You may continue to speak if you wish to.
No, I didn't have much to add. I was just responding to you.
Any announcements or anything? No.
Not really. Just the usual. Check out the Discords for all the communities for upcoming events, and that's about it, really. And PM me if you want to join Bloody Mania.
Right, I'll end the stream if that's everything.
That's fine.